I think you're our first white man.
Really?
He is, right?
That's awesome.
He is. Hey guys, welcome to Too Personal. I'm Joy Taylor. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm very excited about our next guest. He doesn't hold back. He grew up in Carlton. Am I saying that correctly?
Carrollton.
Carrollton.
Yeah.
I knew I was going to fuck that up. Carrollton,
okay.
Missouri. His dad was a band teacher. His mom taught choir, and he spent almost 5 years as a pipe welder.
Yeah.
Before getting into music, and nearly 4 million people follow him on TikTok. His song "The Older I Get" topped 3 Billboard charts, and he has a new mixtape, Independence Day, dropping right as
We just dropped it. Yep.
we dropped. Yes,
Yep.
As our Lady turns 250.
Yeah.
If you are celebrating, I'm not. And he's about to hit the road on his Taking My Flag Back tour, which is already selling out fast. So make sure you go to bryanandrewsmusic.com or any of his socials to get your tickets. Bryan Andrews, welcome to Too Personal.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. I really appreciate the opportunity.
I think you're our first white man.
Really?
He is, right?
That's awesome.
He is. I was thinking on the way in, I was like, I think you're not our first white person. We've had, I think, 2 white women.
Yeah.
We've had 2 white
Okay.
women. Yeah. We had Tess, and then we had Kirby. I think that's it. But you are our first white man.
Well, I am very honored.
Yes,
Thank you
and
for
you
having
earned
me.
your way in.
Yeah.
we had to do some research. Listen, the brand's not
Yeah.
great right now.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if it ever was superb, but it's suffering.
No, it's it's definitely tanking a little bit, but we're doing what we can to bring it back up.
You
So,
are doing what you can.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a collective, but
Well, hopefully it will be. too.
yes, yeah. And I think you're preaching that. I became aware of your music and because of you on social media.
Yeah.
My algorithm is fucked.
Yeah.
So that's a compliment though,
Yeah.
that you've wandered into there. But you, like, I love watching your Crash Out video,
Mhm.
and you're very, very vocal in a
Yeah.
space that obviously is, I hate using the word conservative because it makes no sense to me. These people are not conservative people, but
No.
in a conservative space of country music.
Yeah.
When you first started in music, did you know that you would be this controversial?
I knew that I was never shy about talking about controversial experiences that I had personally been through anyways. Like even when I first started and I wasn't really talking about politics yet or anything.
Mhm.
But I didn't see a world where, I would be an activism artist or a protest artist or anything like that. And I don't know that to this day I consider myself a protest artist. It's just that this music is resonating for me right now and for the audience that I'm building. So we're just going to keep rolling with it. Plus, I mean, the old school outlaw country guys, they weren't considered protest artists, but a lot of their music was activist music, so.
Yeah, I think I'm glad you brought that up. I mean,
Yeah.
I am always bitching about music
Yeah.
because I am a reluctant revolutionary myself. I feel like I'm yelling at clouds half the
Yeah.
time. And we actually talked on the show a couple weeks ago about how, what my relationship has been recently with speaking up on things, because it's not done me any favors.
Yeah.
Not that I do it for favors, but yeah, sometimes I feel like I'm on an island and I'm
Yeah.
like, hey guys, I know you agree with me, but you're not saying anything.
Publicly, yeah.
Yeah, and it's really benefiting you to not say anything.
Yeah, I think in a setting like you're in, like in the sports world and you're around celebrities a lot probably, and that can be extremely lonely too, because I know there's people even in my industry that agree with me and that behind closed doors, will chalk it up and do all the thing, but publicly they're not really,
Well, I'm glad you're bringing this up as
Yeah.
well, because this is really the tea for all of you who, and listen, most of the audience is going to agree with us, but hopefully this crosses over to some people that will get irritated.
Yeah.
The tea is, if you work in the entertainment industry, you're almost always extremely liberal.
Yeah.
It's like these guys that are out here with this red pill bullshit and all of this controversial bullshit. They've worked with so many diverse types of people,
Yeah.
and they have not said a fucking disrespectful word to them.
Yeah.
They have makeup artists, they have stylists,
Yes,
like
fashion
they have
designers,
they're working in different parts of the world. It's
Yeah.
very difficult to remain a racist, homophobic, bigoted piece of shit
Yeah, because
when
they're
you work in the
exposed.
entertainment industry. Yes.
Right, they're exposed to perspective, and I think that's all it is. Like when I think of people in my small town that really hate the things I say, and I'm like, if you would just meet some of the people that you hate so much, you wouldn't hate them. You know what I mean? So I think yeah, even the ultra conservative guys, like you said, in the manosphere or even in country music or whatever, like those people are not as conservative as you think they are. They just like to go on that soapbox, you know what I mean? And they know who their audience is. So I don't want to say it's a grift, but it's a grift.
It's a grift.
Yeah.
I'll say it. It's a fucking grift.
Yeah.
They're working with all types of diverse people. They have them in their homes. They're a part of their social groups.
Yeah.
Like, you're not moving around the entertainment industry like, I'm only working with good old boys.
Exactly.
Good luck finding a mixer, my guy.
Yeah, exactly. Because it doesn't fucking happen.
What the fuck are you talking about? It's bullshit.
Yes, and they know. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, everybody always comes at me and they're like, well, he's just pandering to the left. It's like, who the fuck, they'll be like, you sold out. Who the fuck am I selling out to? Like, nobody.
Well, certainly not in country music.
Yeah, fucking country radio. You think they're ever going to fucking play my shit? Hell nah. So, I mean, it always makes me laugh when people say that shit, because I'm like, there's nobody to sell out to. Even the people who think like me don't want to say it out loud.
Yeah.
There's very few. I mean, there's a couple, Brothers Osborne, I think, are outspoken on some things, and Maren Morris, she's still involved in the country space, and she's very vocal about the things she talks about. So, but yeah, I mean, there's not a whole lot of country artists out there, and it's certainly none that are beating down my door to take me out on their fucking tours or anything like that. You know what I mean? So it's not like I'm out here just swarming in opportunities in the country music space because of the things I say.
Well, the reason I'm so bitchy about music now is because I think that movies do a pretty good job, or have done a pretty good job, at least of late, with telling, original and important stories.
Yeah.
I think visual artists are doing a good job. But art, is very important in these times. And music, to your point, is very watered down.
Yeah.
And it's an important time for artists like you to be platformed and to be supported, because we need more protest artists.
Yeah.
We need people that are willing to put their careers on the line and take a risk to tell the truth and to speak in formats that really, music is something that is ancestral and is very spiritual, and it is like a rhythm that we cannot resist as humans.
Yes.
And that's why it's carried to us through the course of time. So it's, in my opinion, I think the most powerful art form when it comes to building resistance.
Yes, I totally agree. I think, it's all about the culture war, really.
Yeah.
And I think the Conservative Party, for at least, at least I think in Biden's presidency, did a good job of making people who, especially men, who felt like they were on the left side of politics, at least quiet. Because, they're just like, oh, if you're a liberal, you're a sissy or whatever the fuck. But I think that for me, history will be told, and it's going to be told through art, and I want to be a part of it. So, and to your point, I think that music is one of the most powerful tools that we have in swaying not only public opinion, but like how we view other human beings, and I think at the end of the day, nobody really wants to see people suffering. So I think if we can really bring empathy and, compassion and sympathy for other human beings and their experiences, then this world is going to be a better place, and most people would get behind that. So
how did you get this way?
I mean, both my parents are liberal. I'm not going to shy away from the fact that I was raised in a household where this kind of thinking was at the forefront and stuff. And we, my parents were pretty involved in, not out campaigning for people, but they were very vocal about the way they felt about certain policy issues and things like that growing up, and who they supported. So, but I mean, my grandfather was the same way. Both my grandparents are, my grandpa was a Union Democrat for 30 years, worked for General Motors and drove a forklift. And on my dad's side, his grandfather was a farmer and voted blue his whole life, but I think that for me growing up, it was much easier, like both my parents being involved in, or being music teachers. I saw the kids, in their programs and stuff, and was close with the high schoolers in their programs when I was young, that were different than your average, small town kid.
Yeah.
So I think just being exposed to that from a young age made me a little bit more liberal. And, growing up, I was always the town Democrat, and it was always funny. It was always a joke with all my conservative buddies and everything. And then as soon as Trump started doing all this bullshit and I started speaking out about it, now all of a sudden it's not a fucking joke, you know?
Right.
So I don't know. It's one of them things where, like, to me, in this second term especially, it became too loud that way for me to not be loud about it. So I just wrote one song about it, and it was The Older I Get, and I was getting ready to put it out, and I asked my dad, I was like, dude, I don't know if I should do this, you know? And I don't think anybody on my team really had that big of like pullback from it, but at the end of the day, we decided to put it out, and we were worried about alienating people. But I was like, who are we going to alienate? Like, people that already don't listen to my fucking music, you know? And at the same time, like, I want people to know exactly who the fuck I am before they put money in my pocket. You know what I'm saying? So if you're gonna go out and buy my merch and buy tickets to my shows and stuff, I want you to know exactly who I am and the way I think.
What do you think the divide? Like, you're from a very small town.
Yeah.
That I'm mispronouncing. What is it again?
Carrollton.
Carrollton.
Yeah.
A small town, and you know, a lot of it obviously is experience, like you said. Like, the more you travel, I mean, we're in Los Angeles, it's one of the most diverse cities in the world. The more you see, the more that you're exposed to, the more you're taught. Obviously, that is part, I believe, of why we are educated as Americans not to travel.
Yeah.
Because it automatically opens your eyes to the way that other people live, and that all of the things that we are told by our governments are not real.
Yeah.
I mean, the propaganda is insane. Like, I signed my contract, my last network contract, on my phone in the middle of the desert in Morocco when I was about to hop on the back of a camel. Like, the other places have Wi-Fi. Okay?
Yes,
like, they got 5G, my guy.
Yes.
Like, it's fine. Like, there's running water. Like, this propaganda is so insane that it's like fear mongering.
Yeah.
But you come from a small town. Aside from the fear mongering, like, what do you really think is the core? Is it financial? Is it
That's I mean, it's financial and education. You know, like in rural areas, that's why I say there's a lot of similarities between areas like where I'm from and inner cities and stuff like that, because they're historically underfunded and undereducated because they're underfunded. So I mean, where I'm from, you know, you're either a farmer, you work a blue collar job, or you have one of the very, very few, you know, office jobs in town, which is not very many, you know. So kids are still going to college and stuff, but I mean, you got a lot of the vast majority of kids that graduate high school that are going to enter the workforce at some, you know, relatively soon after high school and stuff like that, because education is just, you know, people aren't making buku's amount of money. But that's the thing. Like, I'm out here saying the stuff I'm saying because I'm from a small town, not in spite of it.
Yeah.
You know, and I totally agree. I think some of my perspective has been at least better than most people's from a small town. But like, a lot of the perspective I got towards like undocumented immigrants and things like that was because I worked construction on the road with a lot of undocumented immigrants who were hard workers. They show up to work, they do their job, and they go home, and they just want to chase a better life for their family. Isn't that what the American dream's all about?
Is that what you get the most pushback on? Is undocumented people?
For sure. It's either that or like just the sole fact that I'm a leftist. You know what I mean? Like, from a small town. Like, they'll call me a cosplay hillbilly or some shit, and I'm like, all right, I don't give a fuck. You know, like, my town's smaller than your town probably, so what? You know, who gives a shit? But I think, the
also, like,
thing,
respectfully, why would you want to cosplay?
Yeah. Well, and I mean, like, the thing is, like, that's
like, and how could you? Like, it's where you're from.
Exactly. That's the thing. And, you know, like, when I first started going to Nashville and stuff, it's like, and there's a great community in Nash, and I love who I've found there, and, you know, the work we're doing and everything. But when I first started going to Nashville when I was younger, I always felt really out of place there, because even though it was like this country city, you know, where everybody's going to make country music and everything, because it was like a competition to see who the most country was. Well, where I'm from, it wasn't cool to fucking be so country that, you know, you're fucking having to work when you're 10 years old and still can't afford fucking shoes.
Right.
You know, that your family can't afford to fucking do anything. So, I don't know. It was just, it's like, what the fuck do you all think we're out here fucking being in competition about? Like,
well, I call it the struggle competition.
Yes.
So,
the victim complex.
Yeah,
it's like religious too.
It's in a lot of industries, actually.
Yeah.
And you know, it's like, listen, I had a tough time as a kid too. Like you don't get any extra fucking stickers because you suffered. Like, and I'm not gonna discredit anyone's experience because they had two parents that loved them either. Like there's no reward for suffering, and I think actually that's it's a pinnacle point of what's happening right now is that people are suffering and they've got to have someone to blame. Yeah. And so it's easier to blame someone that doesn't look like you, that you don't understand, that comes from somewhere that's not theirs. Yep. Than to just look right to Washington, D.C., where it's been coming from the entire time. Exactly. And put the blame where it's supposed to go. It's why I'm very anti being fans of politicians. Like when people ask me who's your favorite politician, and like, I'm sorry, I don't have a lame bone in my body, so I don't know what that fucking question is. Like, why would I be a fan of a politician? Yeah. There's politicians whose policies I like more than others. Yeah. But a politician is a public servant. Yes. They work for us. You. Yes. Like we pay them and choose them to work for us. Yes. That's what the structure of our government is supposed to be. Yeah. So being a fan of somebody is fucking crazy to me. Yeah. Now, after they're out of office, after they've moved on, or before they were in office, like, first of all, I'm like a fan of very few people on earth anyway. But the idea that I'm going to cape up for somebody that works for us is just
insane. It's weird that you have a favorite politician. Like
it's groupie behavior. Yes. We can call it what it is.
Yes, it's weird that you have
very
a
lazy.
Yeah, yeah. A person that works for you. Like, I mean, it's just, I totally agree. I think people, and that's why you see so much like of the cultish mindset behind MAGA. You know, you go to these. I mean, you now you're starting to see all these right wing podcasters say it, but like they're like, oh yeah, it's just crazy. Nobody can even like speak out against him, and it's just nuts. And I'm like, yeah, but you prop this dude up, and then wonder why it's cult like behavior when you go to these and see these Trump rallies and shit like that. This dude, I mean, it is a cult.
What's your redemption policy on those people?
What do you mean?
Like,
how do you bring them back?
Listen, I'm the wrong. I'm like fuck everybody. I don't fucking care. But I do think that we have to provide some space for people to change their mind. Yeah, I think one of the biggest problems with all of society, MAGA, the vaccine people, they're back around because they've got Fauci out here, because they'll do anything but release the Epstein files. Yes, and so they're back, and then like we've just got all of these patches of people that are just wrong. Yeah, and it's embarrassing. Like if my policy on being wrong is this: I'm very rarely wrong. I enjoy being right about something like more than sex, but I fucking hate being wrong about something. Like I hate it. I hate not having the proper research. I hate being loud and wrong,
especially when you're speaking about it.
So fucking embarrassing to me. So if I could get the real information, if I could read a book, if I could ask a question to a person, I don't know anything about welding. Yeah. Why would I be yelling at you about, I don't even know what the fuck, do you use a fire thing? Like, I don't know. Why would I be yelling at you about this? I don't fucking know. I want to learn. Yes. I would rather get real information and then apply that to my brain and then process that than to just be loud and wrong. So do we give, how much space does everyone else, not me, because fuck everybody, but does everyone else give people, because I think that's the problem with MAGA. It's like, it's so hard to unconvert from a cult because you have to accept how wrong you were.
Yeah, I think that like there's definitely truth to, like, I don't think it's like black people or immigrants or, women who are being, voted against right now on a very national level and stuff like that when it comes to women's healthcare and things. But I don't think it's their place to hold space for those people, right? I think it's people who look like me, mostly, straight white men or conservatives and stuff, people that have lived in areas where this kind of thing is very prevalent, to be able to create a space for those people to question things. You know what I'm saying? Because I say that all the time, like, I may make this music and talk about the things I talk about, and the left and people who, love what I'm saying may agree with it and like these videos or like the songs or whatever. But make no mistake, I'm not talking to them. I'm talking to you, when it comes to or the conservatives.
You're not preaching to the choir.
Yes, exactly. So I think for me, like I still drink beer with, all my buddies from my hometown. I told you, I still live in my hometown and stuff. And it's been much easier to have these, since I've started speaking out publicly, it's been much easier to have these conversations with my friends and like actually come to meaningful, conclusions and be like, hey, this shit is fucked up, and we can both say that and be able to move forward collectively because, obviously we do have to vote again in a certain time period. So I think that's the most important thing for me as like a straight white guy from a small town is just being able to, hold that space. And I also think that there's something to be said about how, people from suburbs and cities and stuff like that that have been in leftist groups or liberal groups their whole life, and them talking to them, and they don't understand why conservatives won't listen to them. It's like maybe you're just not the right messenger. You know what I mean? Like you're a great messenger for whatever else it is, but this one, it's up to people like me to be able to hold that space for them and to be able to talk directly to them and say, hey, this is fucked. Like look in the fucking mirror, because if it comes from someone who looks like them and talks like them, they might actually stop to fucking listen.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Like I when Haley and I were talking about it a couple weeks ago, I'm like, yeah, I don't like, am I really converting anybody? Like,
yeah,
I don't think I'm the messenger. I mean, I can be in that room and say what I have to say, but at the end of the day, I'm obviously not having the same experience.
Yeah.
Like I'm not from a small town. I'm from Pittsburgh. That's not a small town. And we have our, our blue collar reputation, but there's also plenty of skyscrapers and tech companies and all kinds of stuff going on there. And then I lived in Miami and Los Angeles and I travel the world. Like I'm not a good vessel for someone who lives in Carrollton.
Yeah. Yep. You got
it. Carrollton and, is living a different life than I am. Now I can absolutely empathize with not having opportunities and having desperately someone that should need to point the finger at and then being vulnerable to the propaganda and to the messaging of people that look like you to say like, hey, it's not us, it's them. But the divide has never been right. Well, it's not, that's not never been race, but like it went post civil rights.
Yeah.
It's about poor and rich,
the top down,
and it's like if you give someone to hate, they won't pay attention to what's going on.
Bingo. I totally agree. I think I say this all the time, but like I'm from a very Christian area and stuff, and grew up Christian myself, and have since like kind of left the church and everything. And I think that it's crazy to me. I always say the amount of, imagine how much propaganda it took to convince Christians that feeding the poor and healing the sick and doing Christ-like things was woke.
I mean, you would have thought that Jesus had a mullet and a machine gun.
Yeah.
The way that...
Yeah, they wrap him in the stars and stripes as soon as he got out of the tomb. Which
Betsy
is crazy.
Ross's version.
Yeah.
Okay, so guys, I didn't bring up church. Okay, he did.
Yeah.
Well, Bryan brought it up, not me. All right, so I cannot be accused of introducing this to the conversation because I'm constantly being persecuted for my beliefs.
Yeah.
I was raised in the church also.
Yeah.
And Baptist. And I find Christians of all colors and flavors to be exhausting.
Yes.
And I can't deal with the hypocrisy.
Yeah.
I can't deal with the remix Bible. It's embarrassing, and the brand is so bad right now.
Oh, it's awful. The way Christian nationalism is killing Christianity.
Yeah.
I've said it. I'll say it till the cows come home. And what gets me so...
What does that mean, by the way?
Like, till the end of time.
No, I know that, but like, do cows, like, do they come back at the end of the night? Is that where they came from?
Okay. I've been saying that my whole life.
I've been saying it too, but I have no idea what it means.
Yeah.
I know that it means like until forever, but like, I'm like,
well, I don't know where it came from actually, but yeah, no, I think that like Christian, like especially Christians that are like, well, we just keep our head down. It's almost like you see the videos of like us, or we had just bombed Iran, and then you see some creators being like, well, everybody's talking about World War III or whatever, but I know Jesus is coming back, so it doesn't matter. It's like, you think Jesus wanted you to keep your head in the fucking sand? Fuck no. And I was like,
what
imagine.
What does that even mean?
Exactly.
Why are we so hype about World War III? We want to be in World War III so bad.
Yes. But that's what I'm saying.
Dude,
Like,
read a
Christians,
book. The
yes.
world wars were awful.
Yeah.
Not a good time for anybody,
No.
at war or at home.
No, but Christians will bury their head in the sand too, and that's what drove me nuts about it. It was Christians will bury their head in the sand to any kind of world issue or even local or state or federal issue, as long as it means they can keep going to church and just tune the rest of the world out. And what pisses me off about that is that, you know, you can do that and you can stay in your little bubble and you can want to be left alone all the way up until you go to the ballot box and vote for people who won't leave people the fuck alone.
Do you think it's an accountability thing? Because
Yeah.
my issue as I get further and further away from Christianity is that I've found it to be a safe space for abusers.
Yeah.
A safe space for people to run to when they have done any type of wrong.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a wash, right? Well, it's like, well, this is my relationship. And, you know, the way that I like to do this is like this. And that's not really my problem. And like the ease, I guess, of which it is practiced. And it's all built on something that is in the afterlife.
Yeah.
Like, so you're willing to make hell here on earth in this reality for people because you believe it's going to give you something in another world.
Yes. It's insane. It's true.
I mean, when you say it like that, it doesn't sound very practical.
Yeah, it really is. And like you have to be tricky about it, the way you talk about it, right? When you're talking to Christians and you want to be able to reach them in some way, because if they believe that you're like at all coming for them, Christians have such a victim complex that if you even say anything remotely offensive, then they will tune you out and never listen to another word you say.
Yeah.
So, which to me is like cultish a little bit. But
I mean, it is cult.
Yeah.
Like it's a very organized cult.
Yes.
They all are, really. And I get, you know, I get slack because I only come for Christianity, but I've never been Muslim.
Yeah.
So I think I hate all organized religions equally.
That's what it is, right?
I'm an equal opportunity hater, but I'm going to speak to the space that I know most intimately and the people that I know most intimately. And I do know some great Christians who do not behave the way that we're talking.
Same.
Who live by helping other people, by empathy, no judgment. They do feed the poor. They do live the life they're supposed to be living as Christians. But I know like 3. So like the numbers are not skewing in favor of this overwhelmingly being a good thing for society. And the idea that we are a Christian nation is just like that's sort
we're
of,
not though.
We're not.
Yeah.
We're not a Christian
That drives
nation.
me up a fucking wall.
We're not the entire. Here's my thing.
We were founded on the freedom from religion.
How did I don't understand how we got here.
Yeah.
The whole like conservative thing was like the Constitution.
Yes.
Right? And now we're at a point where like, well, it's in the Constitution. And they're like, nobody keeps up.
Fuck the Constitution
like,
is basically what they're saying.
This was you. This was your whole bit.
Yes.
This was the pitch.
Yes.
Like I could have got on board with that.
I
And now
totally
you got me
agree.
over here like, well, what about the Constitution? And they're like, oh, it's up for debate. Like it's literally not.
Yes.
It's the thing we don't debate.
They have settled it. They fought a war over
Like,
it.
they made it really fucking clear that if it's in that particular piece of parchment, we're not fucking around with it.
Yes.
We are not a Christian nation.
No,
we're
and
not.
It drives me so crazy when people say that we're a Christian nation, because like you even look to the words under God weren't added to the Pledge of Allegiance until 1954 to combat against the Red Scare and communism, because they thought communists were going to take over the fucking Western world. So, and that's, which by the way is the same reason we basically went to Vietnam, and so many people died.
Which was a real solid choice.
Yes.
Yeah, my grandfather fought in Vietnam.
Yeah. So I mean, the whole concept of we're a Christian nation, blah blah blah. We're not. The Constitution not only grants you freedom of religion, but it grants you freedom from religion, and that's what drives me nuts about like Christians, is that when you say like, okay, I don't care that you're Christian, but when it comes to your faith, or if you had to vote for your faith or to save your country, what would you choose? The vast majority of them would choose their faith.
Yeah, which is crazy. I mean, they do. Like,
Yes.
So many of the policies are written specifically to manipulate Christians
Yeah.
because they tap into the idea that this is a law that aligns with your religion.
Yeah.
And then on the other hand, you're going to call yourself a patriot.
Yes.
And on the other hand, you're going to call yourself intellectual.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you're just a fucking dummy that is
Yeah.
allowing people to manipulate. Not even a dummy. You're just a puppet, actually.
Yeah.
Like, you're allowing yourself to be manipulated through the thing that like resonates with you most in your identity.
Yeah.
And like, being a spiritual person, I think we're all spiritual beings. Like,
Yes.
there's no separation from human being. Even if you're an atheist, like, there's still a spiritual realm.
Yes.
Like, and we are physical beings having a spiritual experience, or vice versa. Spiritual beings having a physical. Did I say that right? Whatever. You know what the fuck I'm saying.
That's pretty much where I'm at.
Yeah. And so whatever it is that like brings you peace or like connects you to that, great.
Yeah.
But that's your fucking problem.
Yeah.
Not mine. And if you're going to vote that way, I'm going to actively vote the other way.
Yeah.
Like, it's to the point now where like I think religion should be banned. Like,
Yeah.
it's at that point because you guys have lost control. You've lost the plot.
Yeah.
Like, if you
Well,
can't function within your space and your beliefs without impeding on other people's rights,
Yeah.
it shouldn't be allowed.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at Jesus, like and all these people who bury their hand in the sand to all these societal problems and policy issues that we see in the United States today, and they'll just bury their head in the sand and keep going to church, and they don't care because they have Jesus or whatever. Jesus didn't bury his head in the sand. Like, according to your own book, that dude went in and started flipping tables. He spoke so much and was so radicalized against his own government that they fucking killed him over it. So I like this whole like licking the boots thing and the whole fucking just not
They
even caring what they
love the
do.
flavor boot.
Yes, and I mean, like a lot of these people, it's just the pure apathy towards like policy and stuff like that, especially in small towns. It's like, dude, you're gonna I don't care about politics yourself into fucking fascism.
Yeah, they are. I don't. Where do you think like the solve is though? Because finding converts is really hard these days.
Yeah,
And like this is an incredibly rare conversation that you and I are having.
yeah,
And hopefully like it, pricks a couple, I don't even want to say hearts, brains, really.
yeah,
But I don't really cling to hope much these days. I'll tell you where I'm at. I'm waiting till the midterms.
yes.
I want to see how sideways these go.
Yeah.
That weird Hitler speech he gave the other night that nobody aired. Like, let's see how Shitty Pants does at like the midterms. And let's see how Sir Farts a Lot gets to acting.
Did you see that video of
Oh,
the fucking dude?
I can't
at Lindsey Graham?
imagine. I can't imagine. First of all,
He just
like, let's be
fucking-
honest. Him tapping Lindsey Graham's
Oh god.
coffin is the funniest shit. Specs.
Yeah.
That shit is hilarious.
Yes.
Who the fuck does that?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
He is like a baseball coach.
he's like the funniest guy trapped inside just a fat piece of shit.
Yes.
Like
With a dumpy butt.
yeah.
Big ass diaper butt.
Yeah, diaper butt. That's what
I can't imagine what he smells like.
Oh, I can't either.
It smells like McDonald's and fucking
I bet it's in like
manure.
yeah, like old makeup. Because I mean that dude
Makeup.
is
He
just,
smells like earring backs.
yeah. I don't know who his makeup artist is, but I'm pretty sure she's liberal.
She hates him.
Yeah, there's no fucking
She
way.
fucking hates him. She's
Yeah.
not blending shit.
Yeah.
She's like, screech. Just a straight
Yeah.
fucking contour line.
Yeah.
Like, give this motherfucker a chin
Yeah,
at any
there's-
cost.
There is no fucking
Flavor
way.
Fanta orange.
Yeah, that she
She
lets
says,
him go out in
"Is
public
your
like
color,
that.
sir."
Yeah.
Oh man, he sucks. But yeah, I'm waiting to the midterms and
Same.
then I'll hit the panic button. But like you have the genie, right?
Mhm.
Like, what do you do to fix it all?
Well, I think it's gonna definitely take voting. I think just like you, I'm kind of waiting for the midterms too, but just getting people actively to the polls because I think at least in my hometown, people that were really like, oh yeah, go Trump, MAGA shit in 2024, they ain't talking now. You know what I mean? And there you got a select few people that are like real deep, conservative and whatever. It's part of their whole fucking brand now. So
Yeah, it's their identity.
yeah, so they're never gonna stop saying the Trump 2028 bullshit, which is, by the way, fucking insane. But most of the conservative, I would say probably most conservative farmers and stuff that are getting really hurt by tariffs and trade wars and stuff like that Trump is imposing, no. So they just either won't talk about it, or my hope is they just don't vote. And I don't think I think a lot of them, especially younger people like me, because, I think they felt some kind of solidarity in the Christian nationalist movement or in the ultra alpha male movement. And now they're also kind of starting to realize it's all bullshit.
Yeah.
And coming of age, and their frontal lobe has developed and stuff like that. So I think they're starting to kind of be like, oh, okay, maybe this isn't cool. So maybe they'll just be like, well, politics isn't cool enough for me to even show up to the polls. But I think people like me, who actually, and young people who are actually starting to think about these things as they get older, are going to show up. And I really hope so. I think that, I always say the Democratic Socialist Party has a horrible brand.
Mm-hmm.
The word socialism is like the detriment to it, but social programs, I think, are beneficial to most people. And I would rather pay. You could look at me and be like, oh yeah, but dude, do you really want to be paying fucking a bunch of taxes for people to, like, homeless people to have health care? Yeah, I don't give a fuck, dude.
I would much rather pay for that than bombs and genocide.
Yes,
yeah.
To blow up school kids in foreign countries.
Shift that budget line over?
Yeah, I totally agree. So I think just winning the culture war is what it is. Yeah,
branding is I'm with you there. The branding is awful. And the liberal brands also is very awful. What I would say to people, because I also saw your video about, like, when you were talking about both sides are bad. Yeah. And what I would say to the people who, like, are afraid to vote liberal, to switch it up, is like, can't get worse, right?
Yeah.
Like try something new.
Legit
switch it up.
That's what
like how much worse can it get?
Yeah.
Before you're like, I maybe won't smash my head against the wall again.
Yep.
Like, I don't think that there is a universal solution to this. I'm not saying that Democratic politicians are not corrupt. The very definition of being a politician means you politic.
Yes,
so,
for sure.
Like, there is no perfect politician. No. There is no perfect policy. There is no perfect party. But there are things that are better than other things.
Yeah, for the average American.
And for the below average American. Like, if you're listening to someone who's talking about doing things for your tax bracket.
Yes.
For your tax bracket, consider what they're saying, because I think the biggest pitch, like the biggest manipulation that's happening right now also, is that you're all just one break away from being a billionaire. And on God, you're not.
No,
on God. On
no.
God and them, you're not.
No,
you're
it is
not.
so much
You're
money.
nowhere near. You're not close to being you're not close to being a thousandaire, let alone a millionaire, let alone a billionaire.
Yes.
You're nowhere near that. Those tax breaks are not helping you.
No. I always say that to, like, small rural areas, like the one I'm from. I know I can count on one hand the amount of people who make enough money to be able to vote for Republicans right now. You know what I'm saying? And because here's the fucking thing. People in places where I'm from will vote for Republicans no matter what.
Right.
Right. And it drives me up a wall because they're like, oh, well, shit needs to change. Shit needs to change. And they're desperate for a new politics. And I'm like, okay, so why do you keep voting for the same fucking people?
Right.
Every year? Like, you're voting Missouri, the governor is Republican. It's been a majority red state for like 20 years now. I mean, we had a Democratic governor when I was a kid, but it's on the local level, it's all ran by Republicans. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
maybe
you want something different, but you keep voting the same.
Yes, exactly.
And then if you vote different and things and give them enough time and they don't do it, then do whatever the fuck you want.
Exactly.
But like, if you're going to continue to do the same thing and expect a different result, that is by definition insanity.
Yes.
So when someone's calling you insane, it's warranted because you're doing something that is insane. You're doing the same thing and you think it's going to change and it's not.
Yes. And by the way, that's not a knock on my hometown. Like, I'm not knocking them for having a, like, this is what I'm saying. They keep voting for these Republicans, and you got towns like mine. Corporations won't move into towns like mine.
Mm-hmm.
There ain't no new jobs being made in towns like mine. Hell, if anything, the people we're voting for in towns like mine make it easier for corporations to fucking move out and then steal more of their fucking money. We just got, in the state of Missouri, they're trying to get rid of fucking property tax right now. They just got rid of state income tax, or tried to. So, but the reason they want to get rid of state income tax is so that way fucking corporations, when they come in, don't have to pay any fucking tax. So what do you think's going to happen? They're not going to lose that money.
Right.
So they're going to fucking jack up sales tax. And guess who pays the fucking sales tax? The average fucking consumer. It ain't these fucking billionaires who are putting Walmarts and shit everywhere. So that's the shit that drives me up a wall.
I do think it has to be simplified, though. Like, politics is very complicated. Yeah. And it's very easy to trigger people with, like, trans rights.
Yes.
And undocumented workers. And
they made people so scared of trans people and immigrants that they were willing to vote for their own demise, and it kills me.
Yeah, but it's smart by the politicians at the top and by the one percenters, because that is a simple, easy thing that looks different than me. I don't understand that. So that has to be the reason why my life is the way it is.
Culture
war. It has nothing to do with the fact that these people who look like me, who wouldn't piss on my face if my eyebrows were on fire, are happily, like, digging into my soul and stealing my identity and manipulating me for their benefit.
Yeah.
And, like, you know, I don't really have, which is the character in Wizard of Oz that doesn't have a heart? Is that the lion?
It's the Tin
Man?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very Tin Man-y.
Yeah.
But what tiny little beating little Grinch heart I have does feel for, in some way, those people, because, like, I recognize the privilege that I have. I'm an educated woman. I've traveled the world. I was raised by people that were diverse and believed in different places and different experiences. I was forced to read as a child. Yeah. Like, I understand that that's not everyone's experience. Yeah. And so the reason that they keep people uneducated is because an uneducated population is easier to manipulate and control.
100%.
We have more access to information than we ever had in the history of the world. And the people at the lowest level of society have access to that information just as easily as people who are at the top.
Yes.
So there's no excuse other than you just refuse to acknowledge that you are being manipulated.
Willful ignorance. Yeah. Yes, 100%. And I think, like, that's the problem. Like, they keep underfunding schools and stuff like that because they know if they make people not care about politics enough, they'll be able to steal from them. And that's just the bare minimum. But, like, the people from my hometown that don't, or, like, from small towns that don't like what I say or that hate me for it even, what I want them to know, and what I say this all the time, is, like, you may not stop on the side of the road to piss on me, but I say the things I say because of people like you. I want you to be able to afford health care. I don't want you to have a family and go to work 70, 80 hours a week and watch your kids grow up through a fucking cell phone because there ain't no fucking jobs in town that pay you enough to be able to be home.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't want the single mom to have to work 2 jobs and still have to go to the food pantry, who has to somehow afford daycare and now can't afford to put gas in her car because we started a war in Iran. So the whole thing that gets me so riled up about it is that people like where I'm from see the things I say. And I think that's where, like, sometimes in social media, it doesn't come across, like, it comes across a little bit more aggressive or whatever. And if it's like, oh, if you don't agree with me, then I don't hold space for you type of thing. But it's so not true. Like, I want those people to understand that, like, I say the things I say because I'm from an area like that, not in spite of it.
Yeah.
You know, do you think I like going home and seeing farmers in my hometown have to sell off fucking equipment or things like that because they can't afford to keep their fucking land?
Yeah.
I mean, that shit sucks. Like, generations of family farms are being fucking sold right now and filing for fucking bankruptcy because China ain't buying soybeans from us anymore. So soybeans are in the shit. And that's all we got back home is corn and soybeans and cattle. So,
and cows that come home.
Yeah. Yeah.
For some reason.
Yeah, I know.
If you weren't doing protest songs, the world was in a better place, what would you be singing about?
Probably more about my personal experiences, you know, I think. And not to say that these songs aren't my personal experience. I mean, I just wrote came out with a song called Yee Haw, Fuck the Law. That's another thing, you know, it's like people where I'm from, they're always like, oh, back the blue, until it's them. And then
The
they're
back
like,
the
fuck
blue
the
thing is
police.
crazy.
Yeah.
Especially in country music. I'm like, you guys hate the police.
Yes, can't
when
fucking
did you
stand
start
them.
liking the police?
Historically
it's such a
cannot stand
brand
them.
switch. It's like babyface to the police.
Yes.
Like, you guys are outlaws.
Yeah.
Outlaw. Outside of the law.
Yes.
Like, what?
I mean,
How did we get here?
The Yee Haw fuck the law thing, I didn't get that from some fucking liberal echo chamber that I'm in. I got that shit from my hometown. The don't tread on me shit. You know what I mean? Like that whole
Oh,
crowd.
that's cooked.
Yeah, it's fucking
It's like
cooked.
tread on me, daddy.
Yes.
Take that boot right here.
Yes. That's my favorite line in that song is you know, tell me, you know, I've seen you lick the boot, so I just gotta ask, do you gotta get it soaking wet before you shove it up your ass?
Yes, it's got to be lubricated.
Yeah,
It's not a
yeah.
great experience if it's not.
Yeah.
Okay, so what? So Yee Haw, fuck the law.
That's right.
Any love songs?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I still at some point am going to release music like that. You know what I mean? It's not all going to be just protest music, but I think right now it's just what I'm feeling. You know, we just a lot of the songs we just wrote in Nashville last week are about Christianity and religion and stuff, and kind of it's fucking so sick. I'll show you some shit after this, but it's fucking nuts. So, but I'll even say it. Like, we got one song that we just wrote this week that I'm really excited about called "If Heaven's a Country Club," and then like the tagline is "If Heaven's a Country Club, I'll see you in hell." So it's fucking sick. I mean, but the country space used to be very anti-government.
Yeah.
Because, like, you think about, like, Johnny Cash, he wrote songs like The Man in Black. That whole fucking... I don't know how we missed this, by the way. I don't know where it went. I mean, I think about it sometimes, and I think I know, but the Man in Black is a whole song written about Johnny Cash saying he wears the black for the working man who's being stepped on by the government, or for the poor, for the family stuck on welfare that can't get out, for the guy who's locked up in prison because of a fucking bullshit judge and a sentence, you know? So... You know, I mean, the whole, you hear interviews of like Waylon Jennings saying that he wish we had a woman president solely because the male ego is too much. And then they're like, oh, you know, these guys were alpha males, beer drinking, American flag wearing motherfuckers. And I'm like, dude, nobody called them outlaws back then because they were fucking chugging beers on stage. They called them outlaws because they stood up for people and were against the man. So.
Yeah, it's a very interesting turn that country music has taken, because you know, obviously we know the origins of country music and blues and you know, black people.
Yes. By the way, I would love to point that out because that is a very interesting. A lot of people don't know this, but country music is literally just a derivative of blues music and Southern rock and roll. That's all it is. And who founded that? African American people. Black people in the South, especially in like the Mississippi Delta and shit like that. Memphis area stuff, you know. I mean, you think about even Elvis Presley, that's Southern rock and roll. He's the king of rock. He derived a lot of his music from black artists.
Yes, he did.
So,
yeah. And I not that is necessarily correlated with fuck the law, but a lot of it is.
Yeah.
But I think the origins of country music, like, and the stars of country music, you know, Johnny Cash and those, that kind of music was for like the working man.
Yes.
And that like bravado, that alpha maleness is actually lost in a lot of the music now. And I mean, the idea of an alpha male too is just like, so we could talk 4 hours about that, but like, what's an alpha male? Like you guys are bootlicking weirdo groupies.
Yeah, treating women like shit,
but you do it because other men tell you to do it.
Exactly.
Like,
it's all to impress other men.
I can't think of anything like, if you want to talk about a sissy, like you do things because other men tell you to do them. Like you're literally it's giving. Yeah. So like I don't know how to tell you this, but like it's not alpha. Like an alpha man to me is just a man that stands solely on his principles, not because another man has told him what to do, not because a politician or the law or a priest or a preacher, like he has lived his life in a way that he has gathered his own opinions, his own thoughts, his own experiences, and formed his own identity.
Yeah.
And that to me is somebody who is alpha, is someone who can stand on their own, who doesn't need a group of people to tell him that he's right, who doesn't need validation from other men or from another group. Like if I stand on this on my own, I stand on it on my own, but this is what I believe in. And like, you guys you're zombies.
Yeah. It's literally the weirdest fucking thing. Like that's my whole thing behind like the Christian nationalist movement of men that say like they need their wife to submit to them. And I'm like, dude, you have to have control over another person to feel like you're a man. That's wild. But you know why they're that way? Because they know they submit to another man.
Boots.
Whoever their God is. Yeah. Or Donald Trump. But.
No. The submission thing is very weird. Women are not naturally submissive, or we would have submitted already.
And I think that like there's nothing wrong with like, you know, women who want to be in relationships where they are a caregiver or whatever or a homemaker, whatever it is that they want to do. But the problem, the thing with like feminists is they hate feminists because they're like, oh, women should be independent and all this. Women or feminists are just saying that women should be able to do whatever they want. You're the only ones telling people that women shouldn't want to go out and be, you know, driven. Or
well, the feminist brand is also Jamila said that like if women were naturally submissive, we would have submitted already. The entire world is designed to make women submit. Feminism has a bad brand because it's now associated with like purple hair and man hating. And to be clear, I hate men, but I hate the structure of men in society, not actual men.
The patriarchy.
Yes, because it hurts everyone.
It does, it's like including men.
Actually, I would argue that it primarily hurts men if you really get down to it, because the patriarchy creates an army of zombie groupie bootlickers that cannot break free of any of the structures that are designed for them.
It keeps us down.
And the only way that these men can assert any power is to then hurt women and children. And then the cycle continues. Yeah. And it's insane to me because we've actually only been a patriarchal society for a very short amount of time in human history. And it really started with not the Industrial Revolution, the one before that, when they started farming.
Oh, like agricultural
revolution. Yeah, there we go. See, we're kind of smart. Yeah, it started with the agricultural revolution because then when you started to be able to harvest and keep food, then you had the men out there doing that and the women, and then it just like spiraled from there. And then the church backed it, and then now here we are. All like
the
killing
church,
each other.
No way.
Yeah, no, I know. It's like so crazy.
Creating some kind of control. That's insane.
Yeah. Well, do you find spaces to find like peace and happiness? Because I do. Not that I struggle with it. Like I can tap out, but it feels for me like I'm giving up when I do.
Yeah, I used to struggle with that a lot. Like when I first started this, I used to think if I wasn't doing it 24/7. Or talking about these things or thinking about them at least 24/7, then I was like not as dedicated to it as I wanted to be. But I quickly found out that you have to have some kind of a balance or you will burn yourself out. So, and also like, you know, just for me as a creative, like making the music and everything, I have to have some kind of balance so that way I can keep making the best music I can make. Because eventually, you know, if you're just going down a certain path, you're just going to get, you know,
gets weird.
Yeah. So
my algorithm has gotten weird. I'm in the lizard people space right now, and I'm like, I had to catch myself the other day. I was watching this video. I was like, I was like, whoa, hold on. Yeah. Like, I don't know if I'm ready for like the lizard people space of the internet yet. Like, you guys might be spitting, but like, I need to just, get a glass of wine and relax a little bit. So it gets dark.
I think, but I mean, just like a lot of the people that I've started working with a lot now are very like-minded people. And so it's really nice to be able to find like spaces like that. I've started dating a new girl for like the last 4 months, and it's been great, you know, and we've found a lot of time to be able to enjoy that part, you know, and I'm having a ton of fun being a boyfriend. So it's fucking.
That's so sweet.
So yeah.
Do we want to give her a shout out? Are we public?
We haven't.
No
yeah,
pressure.
Yeah.
I don't do public relationships.
I've just been saying I have a girlfriend.
Okay,
because
that's a good start.
It's just the politics thing of it all. Like, I don't want people to be harassing
You don't have to explain it to me. I don't do public relationships.
Yeah, okay.
I was going to give you the opportunity, but if you don't want to, you're
yeah.
totally fine. There's no pressure.
No, but she's great. I mean, like, that's the whole thing. Honestly, dating her has made me realize, like, if you pour into the women in your life, they will pour into you. So I think, I don't know. And I like, other men will give me shit all the time, but like, about being a simp and stuff, I don't give a fuck. Like, in a world full of men who treat women like shit and like are too proud to admit that they like somebody or that they want to do things for a woman or things like that, fuck all that. I don't care. I want to do it all for
Listen,
the women in my
let
life.
me give you some tea, gents. Simps get pussy. Okay. That's how that works.
No.
You can't see Specs right now, but he's shaking his head yes also.
Yeah.
All right. A lot of it. Drowning in it, actually.
Yeah. I think we should, like I said, you just pour into the women in your life and they'll pour back into you. And like, maybe that's selfish in a way, but it's
That's not
true.
selfish. Relationships, I get all that shit for this, but relationships are transactional.
Yeah.
Like, if you are pouring into someone and they're not pouring into you, that's not a healthy relationship.
Right.
And it's not that you pour into them just so that they pour into you.
Yeah.
But you should want to build up the people around you in all relationships, working relationships, personal relationships, family, like your relationship with whatever spiritual entity you have. Like, it's a transaction. There's a better word than transaction, but like, it's reciprocal.
Yes.
And that's important.
Yeah, it's no different. I say this all the time, but it's no different than life itself. You know, I believe that the true key to happiness is what you give to the world, not what you take from it. And so, I don't know. I truly believe that you will get from this world what you give to it. So, and I think the same is true with women and even the male relationships I have. You know, like, I think trying to be a better friend is something that I'm really trying to be better at, you know, and be there for like my male friends who, you know, have grown up in the same places where I'm from and may feel like that they can't talk about their emotions or feelings, you know, to other people and stuff, and just creating a space where anybody can come to you for anything. You know, I think we should all be able to talk to each other like that openly, and especially with the people we're close to in life. So yeah, but no, she's been great. She's helped me kind of see that aspect of it and everything. And I'm, like I said, I'm just having a ton of fun with it. So
good.
Yeah.
Your friends really call you, or guys really call each other simps?
Yeah, all the time.
For like doing stuff for girls?
Yeah, I think it's like not as like, it's sometimes, you know, in a joking manner or things like that. But I think, for me, it's just like, and I think it's also just the male ego.
Like, did you buy her a house or something?
No, no, not yet. No.
Yeah, I mean, it's 4 months.
Yeah.
I would.
No,
she seems great, but like, maybe
I'd like to buy my mother a house
like,
at some point.
Yeah, let's build up to it.
Yeah, but no, I think
like,
that it's the male ego.
What happened that they were like, that's a simp move?
Oh, you just like, you know. No, I can't talk about that. I can't talk
it's
about
too
that
personal.
Yeah.
Okay, it's someone else. It's not him.
No, it's just like little things here and there. You know, like I'll go out of my way a lot to make sure that she's got everything she needs. And
you're her boyfriend.
Yeah, exactly.
You're supposed to.
Right. And I just,
you know what? Do they want another man to do that?
No. That's what I'm saying. I think that like men,
I just don't understand.
It's the male ego.
I don't understand the simp idea though. Like,
Yes.
where does it come from?
I'll tell you exactly where. It's ourselves. Like, we don't want to look.
It's vulnerable?
Yes, we don't want to look vulnerable to other men, which is crazy, but it's something that we've had ingrained in us from a very young age.
Okay. This is why I like talking to men sometimes.
Yeah.
Only sometimes.
Yeah, only
because,
sometimes.
Again, you're the first white man, so we're getting like lots of great insight, actually. But I really do not understand the simp thing. So that's where it comes from. It's impressing other men.
Yes, for
Guys,
sure.
why do you care so much about other men? I don't get it.
Yeah, and
honestly, if you are a sensitive man who like thinks women are human beings and like can listen and speak in full sentences, you clean the fuck up right now.
Yeah.
the bar is in hell.
It really is very low. I said this the other day,
it's
but
terrifying.
Like my sometimes I think my girlfriend I think she thinks like sometimes I think, you know, she's being a little too over-ish, you know, and like she'll be like, "Oh, why are you being so nice to me?" And I'm like, "Well, like my being nice to you is not a reward for your good behavior." Like the bare minimum. You know what I mean?
It's the bare minimum, but you have to be gentle because we've been through a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
There was a time when I truly did not understand like a nice man, and then I had that was obviously a lot of healing. From a lot of terrible men and just being raised around a lot of chaos and toxicity. Now you have zero times, not one time, you have zero times to be weird with me or like being mean. Like, I don't even understand that. Like my brain can't even comprehend it. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, exactly.
What are you mad about?
Exactly.
Are your bills paid? Are you healthy?
Yeah.
Are we all like loyal here? There's nothing to talk about. There's nothing to argue about. Like, please be serious. Like the world's falling apart. Let's just be happy to work together and enjoy life. Like, but that is like a healing thing though.
Yeah, for sure. I think that like, yeah, but just like the whole male like simping thing is literally just like our own male ego, right? We don't want, because we've been told, especially in towns like, or places like where I'm from, you've been told your whole life, well, don't show your emotion. Don't show, don't cry in front of people. Don't, be sensitive. Don't like act like things get to you or hurt you or whatever. And it's really toxic because people will hold it in. And so that's where it comes from. Like the whole sim thing is like, oh, okay, well, I've associated all this behavior with being feminine or gay in some way. And society looks at those things as being bad. So you have to unlearn that, in a, especially in a male setting, because we don't want to like look too soft or whatever to our other male friends and stuff, which is weird.
It is weird. It's a weird thing. Guys are weird.
Yeah, it's very weird.
Because women have the space in society to be emotional, but I do think there's like a balance. It's really just being a human being and having access to your emotions, because you can weaponize being nice as well. Like there is the guy who's like, well, I was nice. Like, why aren't you fucking me? Like,
yeah.
Okay, fucking psychopath. But like there is like just being a well-rounded human being who has access to your emotions, who knows what and who you are, which goes back to like truly being an alpha male is knowing who you are.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you may think I'm being a simp, but I have a girlfriend who likes me. Yeah. And you don't.
And it's also super fun, like when you do things for them and they pour back into you, and like the whole thing. So that's where I'm saying, like, it's very like, it's very, I've tried to really focus on being able to kind of unlearn that and just do things that, make me feel better and make the people around me feel better and stuff. So, but yeah, I think it's not as prevalent in like a lot of circles, the whole like male ego thing as people think, but there is some level of that there.
Well, yeah, it's an unlearning, I think, for everybody. The patriarchy does a lot of damage to everyone. And
for sure.
I actually don't think it's really limited to the small town mentality. Like, I think it's a lot of ingrained societal pressures.
Yeah.
And men are programs, and they're programmed by their mothers as well. It's not just on fathers of the men around that are doing it, because it's like a way of protecting. Like life is hard.
Well, yeah. Why do you think men are killing themselves all the time? Like I speak about that a lot, and I think I even started speaking about it before I totally understood it. But like men suffer from, I mean everybody does, but men suffer from a lot of mental health issues, and they kill themselves because they feel like they don't have anyone to talk to.
Yeah.
And that's what I like. The way I've changed looking at it is just trying to create a space where, at least in my personal life, and hopefully online too, where men like, dude, just feel your emotions. Like it's okay to be a sensitive guy. I've been told I'm sensitive my whole life, and I'm doing just fine.
You are, and it doesn't mean that you have to be this, uncut nerve that everything bothers you and everything upsets you. But like, there are a range of emotions. I say this is a complete hypocrite because I have access to like 3 emotions, but I'm working on it.
Yeah.
And, it's okay to be upset. It's okay to feel sad. It's okay to feel disappointed.
Yes.
And it's okay to have been vulnerable and been betrayed. Like these are things that everyone is experiencing. And if you suppress them, it will lead to that.
And you will take it out on other people.
You will take it out on other people, and eventually you're only hurting yourself.
Exactly.
Like, and these are all cliches, but it really is true. And I think for men, this is a time where like all of the information is there. Everything that you're saying, people know. Like we have the statistics. you add in things like, you know, former military and things like that, and it's just incrementally worse.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's the right word, but you know what I'm saying? Worse.
Yeah.
And it's like it has to be a conversation at some point. Like there are men in my life who I know have like weekly or bi-weekly just like guys night, and it's not going out partying. It's like go to someone's house, sit out by the fucking campfire or whatever, smoke some cigars and like talk.
Yeah.
And if
we
somebody's
do that shit all the time.
Somebody's going through a divorce, like share it. Somebody's going through some financial issues, share it. And financial issues too is like, that is a huge stressor.
Yes.
That if you do not talk about it or handle it or ask for help, or you never know what asking for help can do too.
Exactly.
It's not like, hey man, can I hold $5? It's like, hey, I'm really struggling to make ends meet. You know, Emily's pregnant. We don't know how we're going to do this. Like, okay, hey, we have all these extra baby clothes and shit. We're not having any more kids. Like, take it all. Like, it's community. Thank you. There you go.
Yeah, and that's what I love
you have a podcast in your future. Maybe you're a good writer. Community.
No.
You saw me rambling, trying to get to the end of it. And he was like, I'm out for out.
No. It's just, it reminded me, the way you were talking about it just reminded me so much of my hometown, you know, because like, and that's the thing, like people think I hate my hometown. I don't. I love it. And I love the people there that I'm really close with and everything, because we do show up for each other when we need it, you know, and I think that, like, without knowing it, you know, we've been that way our whole lives, and some we've been other ways, you know, in not so good ways. But in that aspect, like the community aspect of it, we've done a really good job of that growing up, and that's why I still live there. And you know, I don't like I want to always keep ties to my hometown because I love it and I love the people there, and I want to see them be successful. And I don't want them to have to go to work when it's dark outside and come home when it's dark outside. And, you know, for $18 an hour, like, I think they should get paid more for the hard labor they do and be able to actually enjoy their kids and go to T-ball games and shit like that. But yeah, I don't know. I think the vast majority of it all really comes down to just being an empathetic person and having space for people, no matter what experience they're having, you know, and just recognizing that even if you don't understand it, they're another human being that is having an experience, and you should be at the bare minimum be able to recognize that and hold space for that person. So. Yeah,
empathy is the biggest part of it all. Yeah. There's a James Baldwin quote, which I'm going to butcher, but it's basically that, you know, because I love America so much, I reserve the right to criticize her.
Yes.
And I think that's a quote that really applies very well to you and your music and where you are right now, because so often I hear that, like, oh, well, if you don't like it, just leave.
Yes.
Like, I might. But I don't criticize things I don't give a fuck about.
Yeah.
Like, if I don't listen to a certain song, if I don't listen to a song, I don't have an opinion. It doesn't matter to me.
Exactly.
But this is my home.
Yes.
This is my country. My family serves for this country.
Yeah.
I was born and raised here. I've paid an enormous amount of taxes here.
Yeah.
Like, this is where I live, and I reserve the right to criticize her.
Yes.
And that means that I care if I'm being critical.
Bingo.
I want it to be better.
I think if you can see what's happening in this country and it doesn't make you want to say anything or at least think twice about it, then you don't love this country enough. And so when people tell me that if you don't like it here, leave, or just shut up and sing bullshit, I'm like, dude, fuck you.
Like shut up and dribble?
Yeah, exactly. It's the same thing. It's like, it's mind-boggling to me because I speak out against this stuff because I love my country and I believe in an idea of an America that's free for everybody in it. And I think we could truly get there one day, but it's going to take a lot of work, and I'm willing to put in that work if everybody else is. But I think we all got to collectively stop doing this like, oh, well, it doesn't matter anyway bullshit, because
it very much matters.
Yeah, it very much does.
And if you are MAGA, you're already there.
Yeah.
Because Make America Great Again is a critical statement.
Yeah.
Now, you might not know what that means, but if it said America is already great, then you're there.
Yeah.
But it doesn't say that. It says Make America Great Again. Yes. That is a sentence that implies it's not great right now.
Yes.
Now, your idea of making it great again is not what we want, but you're on board with the being critical part.
Yes.
Like, that is the movement. So, well, this was great. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
For coming in and hanging out with us. We didn't get to talk about pipe welding, but
that's all right.
maybe next time.
Yeah.
You're in LA.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
And your last tour donated proceeds to Human Rights First.
Yep.
This new tour, did you announce the charity partner?
No, we haven't yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome that you do that.
Yeah.
That advocacy is a part of your work as well. If you want to check out Bryan Andrews, make sure that you follow him on social at Bryan Andrews Music, and you can get tickets to the tour at bryanandrewsmusic.com, and the links are on all of his pages as well. And he's a great follow.
Yeah.
That's how he got here.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming in.